My closet is in dire need of a good declutter and a deep organization session, and what better time to do it than spring. I've been putting this off for way too long. I started my official closet declutter back in December, if you guys remember, and we went traveling and then life happened and now it's spring. I'm ready to do a final big fat reset, put away all of my winter stuff, bring out all of my spring summer stuff. This is what the closet currently looks like, real and raw. I didn't tidy it up or stage anything before filming. It's a bit of a mess, to put it lightly. My plan is to go section by section over a few days so I don't get overwhelmed or make things even messier. I'm starting today with the bag section. I want to try and do a quick seasonal rotation, not because my bags are super seasonal, but because some just work better with spring summer outfits while others feel more wintry. It's also a great way to make sure I actually use everything and not just gravitate towards a few of my favorites. And while I'm here, I'll also reorganize these drawers below so everything feels really functional again. Organize all of my little travel bags and then all of my skincare, hair care, hair brushes, all of that. And doing that has allowed me to see how much excess skincare and things that I actually have that you go to Sephora and you buy it like, I'm gonna test this out or whatever it is. And it's just allowed me to see that. Usually I have like a hairbrush in this suitcase, a hairbrush in this little bag, a hairbrush in my gym bag. And now I've like pulled everything out. I realize I have like 10 hairbrushes and you just don't need that. I'm so happy that I've just managed to organize all of the drawers. I can actually properly see what I have. I did also manage to empty out one complete drawer. So back here behind me, I have one drawer that's completely empty that I can organize something into, which it genuinely just feels really good. Next thing that we're gonna do is organize these shelves behind me. I'm just gonna pull down my summer bags to the bottom and some things that are a little bit more wintry, I'm gonna put it to the top. My bags are not really seasonal, but some things just like work better with outfits kind of depending on the season. So let's get started with that. I got this little metal stand from Amazon to hang some of my bags that don't sit properly. I just got one just to kind of see the quality, but it's pretty good and I might get a couple more for some of my other like strap bags that don't have like a top handle and just like keep flopping over, because when they flop over they don't maintain their shape and they just get like an awkward bend in them. That's a wrap on day one. Here's how the section's looking now. I've reorganized all my bags with the ones I want to use more this summer moved to the front and bottom shelves. I also tackled these drawers. They're not perfect, but everything's grouped and easy to find, which should finally stop me from panic buying duplicates I already own. Over in the side section are the gold stands with some of my favorites displayed. In the top drawer, I've sorted out all of my swimwear, plus a little zone for my swim caps and baseball cap. And yes, an entire drawer filled with theme park ears lives at the bottom. I'm really happy with how everything is looking, and I've already been reaching for some of these bags that I haven't used in ages. Let's keep going with day two of the declutter. Next up is this full wall of clothes. PJs, everyday tops, some winter wear, more traditional Indian outfits, and a few dresses. Some sweatshirts and shoes have been sitting here for ages, so time to sort it all out and get things back in order. If you remember, these are like some holiday bags, like shopping bags, right? Like I did some shopping bags from last Christmas. So sometimes like how Starbucks has like a holiday Christmas mug, some designers will do like a special packaging for the holiday season, maybe sometimes for Chinese New Year, etc. And from my London trip, my birthday trip to London, I saved some of these really, really, really pretty bags. But what do you do with them? Look how pretty that is. But I have no idea what to do with it. Just as a comparison, this is like the regular Dior bag, and then this is like the holiday edition. Pretty sure this is empty. With the Dior bags, like when you purchase something, you get one of these like star pendants, and I usually save them. I have quite a few that I've saved, but no idea again what to do with them. They're just so cute. I got these as a gift. They didn't fit me, so I just like kept them aside. They're shoes, by the way. So I've kept them aside, hoping that they would fit me one day. These are the shoes. I'm hoping I can wear it on my upcoming trip. It fits. I bought this t-shirt for my husband, but I think it's gonna be too small for him. So I think I'll just keep it because it could be pretty unisex and just like casual tee, like airport fit with like some leggings. I'm so happy with the progress that I made today. I literally have this entire section all cleared up. Also managed to pull out all of my summer clothes, spring clothes. There is a ton of them that need to go for alterations. There's literally like 2 entire boxes. I think I'm gonna do them like in stages. So instead of sending everything for alterations, I'm gonna do maybe like 10 or like 20 pieces at a time. And that's just sometimes like, that's just so wild to think about that I have so many pieces that need alterations as well. But it feels just like lighter. It feels so good just to have this section all kind of done. And I'm really happy with my method of just like doing like section by section instead of just trying to do everything all at once and like going back and forth. Today we're starting with this section over here. A lot of it has already been organized with the other sections that I have been doing, but I need to dedicate a massive amount of time to sort out each of the drawers. Right now they're just so cluttered, and again we have the issue of things not being organized properly. So for example, in one of the drawers I have a whole bunch of boxers or sports gear, and then I know somewhere else in the closet another drawer filled with boxers and sports gear, and I kind of want to put everything together so we can actually see how many of each thing that I have. You already saw me working on organizing all the socks. I thought it was a genius idea to keep all of the socks all together in one drawer, but when I'm trying to put on a pair of socks, I have since realized that it's really confusing to have both mine and my husband's socks in one drawer. Also, when you keep your socks in like little balls, it's hard to understand what kind of socks they are. Are they ankle socks? Are they crew length? Are they no-show? So it just makes the process of getting ready just so much more difficult. The sock section I've already sorted out and I've organized, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. I'm putting all of my bedding that I have in a separate drawer over on this section. I have a little box and it's filled with my silk pillowcases that I've been starting to use for my hair just to prevent a little bit of frizziness when I wake up in the morning. I have a lot of bedding, but they're usually like in a use, wash and dry kind of cycle, if that makes sense, because I change my bed sheets and my quilt cover, like all of my entire bedding, because of my dust allergies every single day. But here they're just like a few kind of backup. Like usually how it works is that I have like one in use, one in the wash and like 3 or 4 air drying at the same time. And that keeps me on like a pretty decent like schedule. Like I'm never out of bedding. However, here I just have some, maybe like some ones that I bought that I haven't actually opened, silk bed sheets, and some like eye masks. For whatever reason, eye masks are like a really popular gift. So I have a few of them that are like brand new that I haven't opened, and I use an eye mask every single day because for whatever reason, since like getting older, I'm just really sensitive to any kind of light in the room when I'm sleeping. Like I cannot fall asleep if like there's a little flicker of a light, which is so weird because as a kid or even in my 20s, I used to fall asleep to like watching TV and stuff, and now I just need like complete silence, white noise, and like a pitch dark room. That's a wrap on day 3. I've organized all of my workout clothes and a small section for my husband's too. The drawers are way more intentional. Shapewear, underwear, tops, bottoms, and even bed sheets have their own space. I've also carved out a drawer just for my packing cube since I travel so often. On the left, there's a little spot for my jewelry, a rotating stand for perfume, and a few extra bags. Socks are sorted, belts are all in one place, and we've even got some empty drawers ready for whatever's next. Moving into day 4 and hopefully the final stretch. Today's all about my husband's wardrobe. I was hoping he would sort it out himself, but I've officially run out of patience. We're tackling blazers, shirts, trousers, and anything that doesn't fit or feel current. I'll donate whatever we don't need and set aside anything sentimental. I'm also going to clear out this middle section on the top of my makeup table. Let's finish strong.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome love, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love. Remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back, honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors. Summer love, memory washed in every shade of green and all the colors. Summer love, remember the lazy river day canoe, bathing in the turquoise blue, losing track of time with you. Another beach pie sunset view, sleeping in the afternoon. No place to be and nothing to prove. That's sure something I could use.
Okay, we are finally done. That took a while, but I'm so happy with how everything looks. It feels clean, functional, and I can actually see everything that I own. And now all of my spring summer pieces are front and center, which makes me so excited to pull out and wear everything. But before we wrap up, I want to show you everything that I used to organize the space. What worked, what didn't work, and what I would skip or change next time. I used 4 different types of hangers, and I know that sounds excessive, but bear with me because there is a system here. The black velvet ones are for shirts, bodysuits, lighter dresses. They're really sleek, so they save space. Because it's velvet, little strappy tops don't keep slipping off, and it holds everything really well. However, I do find them just a little awkward for heavier items, so I have these thicker wooden items for my heavier dresses. I also use these for my winter coats or my husband's suit coats and blazers. Then I have these metal like pant hangers or like trouser hangers, and I use them mainly for all of my husband's work trousers, chinos, all of that. But honestly, for this, I think the velvet ones would work well as well. Lastly, I have these wooden clip hangers. It keeps my skirts like draped really well, and I don't have to like steam them or iron them. They would also work really well for pants too. You could just clip them on and have them hanging, and then you don't have that middle crease in your pants. For drawer organizers, I use two different types of separators. The first are these bamboo ones, which look beautiful, but they're a little bit short and they're good for shallow items. The plastic ones are taller and better for keeping everything contained, but it's really hard to find ones deep enough for my drawers. I also use some clear plastic bins from my old business to divide my beauty and travel sections. If you're organizing a space, try to reuse what you already have. It doesn't need to be perfect or aesthetic to be useful. I did buy some new organizers, these gray felt ones from IKEA. I also really love them and probably will buy them again in the future if I need to organize my drawers even more. They fit in these drawers perfectly, which is my favorite thing about them, that I don't have to play Tetris with them. For my shelves, I used this rotating little tray for all of my perfumes. I think I want to get a second one of these just to separate mine and my husband's. I actually didn't realize we have so many perfumes between us. I also have this little jewelry organizer for just like some of my inexpensive pieces. I actually don't find this really functional, and I probably wouldn't get it again. It also makes it so that I'm not reaching for my items as often just because I find it really clunky to use. I also have the metal bag stand, which I highly recommend, especially for bags that don't hold their shape well. It keeps them upright and lets them breathe. I would recommend from time to time just taking them off the hanger, letting them lay down, just so there's not so much stress on the handles. For my winter clothes, I use the IKEA Scub storage cases in white. They fit perfectly into my closet. My entire closet is IKEA. It's the pack system, so these Scub little organizers just fit in it just so neatly. Everything here is dry cleaned and packed in a little plastic sleeve, and I've labeled all of it with my brother label maker so I can easily find everything again. I will reuse the little plastic sleeves in the next season as well. I also use these garment bags for blazers and coats, and these little cotton bags for saris and heavier pieces to protect the fabric and keep them from dragging. Everything that I used, I made sure that I can use it across seasons, that I've repurposed things that I have the potential also in the future to recycle them, repurpose them. So I think that's why everything in the end feels so satisfying. I hope I gave you a little bit of inspiration to start your spring closet declutter as well. It honestly makes me feel calmer, clearer, and in control of what's happening in my life, especially with a toddler, when oftentimes you are not in control ever. All the organizational bits, I'm gonna drop the link to it down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.